We're not talking about politics. We're talking about Benghazi. The big Hillary Clinton hearing in Congress, which has nothing to do with politics. This was about getting the truth and finding clear facts.
I've been very patient.
I'm coming, just wait.
I'm waiting on the inaccurate statement.
I'm getting right now.
The only one you've asked for is Sidney Blumenthal. That's the only one you've asked for. You need to make sure the entire record is correct, Mr. Cummings.
And that's exactly what I want to do.
Well, then go ahead.
I'm about to tell you.
So clear, so concise. It all makes sense now. And throughout the day, Hillary was right in the thick of it. I've been there, Hillary. That feeling when Bay calls a Benghazi committee for the 8th time. But right now, I'm getting ahead of myself. I should step back and explain. For those who don't actually know what this is about, today Hillary Clinton testified in Congress for nearly 10 hours about Benghazi. That's like a whole season of television that the House Select Committee just dropped on us like they were Netflix or something. And I watched all of it, because I don't just Benghazi, I binge-Ghazi. But in case you haven't gotten into Benghazi yet, let me catch you up on the night of September 11th, 2012. Libyan extremists attacked an American compound and annex in Benghazi, Libya. The attack killed the US ambassador and 3 other Americans. So to find out what happened that night, Congress very reasonably sets up a committee investigation. And then they set up another investigation, and another one, and then also 4 more. I'm just saying, maybe you should wonder if you're overdoing it when you have more sequels than Fast and the Furious. And as the investigations went on, it felt like Republicans started to shift their question from, was anyone to blame, to, more specifically, was Hillary to blame? And then finally, just, how can we blame this on Hillary?
When Hillary Clinton was asked for more security, she turned the ambassador down.
I would call it a cover-up.
Madam Secretary, you let the consulate become a death trap.
Hillary Clinton got away with murder, in my view.
And her name anagrams to lynch a trillion. Would someone who isn't a murderer have a name like that? Now, the investigations did uncover several mistakes by Clinton and other officials that could have prevented the attacks, but none of them found that she did anything criminal or even sinister. So, with 7 Benghazi committees come and gone, there was only one step the GOP could take.
House of Representatives today moved to form a special committee to investigate.
Congressman Trey Gowdy is officially chosen to lead this investigation.
Yeah! Trey Gowdy! The congressman who will get to the bottom of this once and for all. And you know what? I like this guy. He looks like someone put Anderson Cooper's face under a heavy book overnight. So, with 7 committees going nowhere, maybe the 8th time is a charm. Of course, there have been questions about what the true purpose of so many seemingly redundant investigations could be. And lately, we've heard some clues coming from the Republicans themselves.
I think that there was a big part of this investigation that was designed to go after people, and an individual, Hillary Clinton.
We put together a Benghazi special committee, a select committee. What are her numbers today? Her numbers are dropping.
Ah, McCarthy. You just admitted to convening the committee to hurt Hillary Clinton. Classic supervillain mistake. You have to wait until your enemy's dead before you reveal the plot. They're like, yes, Hillary. Now that I have you strapped to the Benghazi laser of doom, I'm going to tell you my entire... Wait! She's escaping! She's escaping! Now, McCarthy's error didn't just hurt the committee's credibility. It also affected Trey Gowdy, the guy who looks like a baby possum on picture day at school.
I have told my own Republican colleagues and friends, shut up talking about things that you don't know anything about.
The Republican in charge of the Benghazi committee, Representative Trey Gowdy, is casting himself as a victim whose reputation has been unfairly besmirched. These have been among the worst weeks of my life, stating that, quote, attacks on your character, attacks on your motives are 1,000 times worse than anything you can do to anybody physically.
Oh, man. Gowdy, that must be horrible. Having your character and motives constantly attacked. But hey, man, if you need to talk, I know someone who can empathize. So now we're all caught up. Benghazi, endless hearings, plots against Hillary, football with human makeup on. And that brings us to today's hearing. Hillary Clinton marched into the lion's den, ready to defend herself. Look how friendly she is with the press. Look at that. Yeah, you know you've been to a lot of Benghazi hearings when you know all the photographers by name. Hey, Tom, I loved your shots from last time. And great choice on the Valencia filter. It looked great. Here's the thing about the hearing. It was almost more of a debate about why they were having a hearing than it was a hearing itself.
Even after an accountability review board and a half-dozen congressional investigations, these and other questions still linger.
It is time, and it's time now, for the Republicans to end this taxpayer-funded fishing expedition.
We have learned nothing.
We have learned nothing. I said the same thing to my 4th grade math teacher. He was a scarecrow. South Africa's weird. But while Hillary Clinton had to endure repetitive questions and endless bickering, it wasn't a total waste of her time.
Madam Secretary, you're welcome to answer the question if you would like to.
Well, I wrote a whole chapter about this in my book, Hard Choices. I'd be glad to send it to you, Congressman.
That is gangster. Hillary's promoting her book in the middle of a hearing that could end her political career. Hard Choices, now available in paperback. So now it's been 8 congressional committees holding 13 public hearings, spending around $20 million taxpayer dollars. And if that wasn't enough, and this is a real thing, Michael Bay has even made a movie about Benghazi.
We are overrun.
State's under attack. Let's go, man. State's under attack. Let's go. We gotta move.
You have a U.S. ambassador at risk.
You're not the first responders. You're the last resort. You will wait.
Bravo, Congress. You're the only institution that can spend more money on something with no plot than Michael Bay. Actually, I take that back. Michael Bay has hits.